Okay, we should be live. Back where we finished off last time, I think. Excuse me. If memory serves, we didn't have any Acer shards or under bone shards we had to burn, right? No, we're good there. Good there. We should be fine. Nothing else we have to do weapon-wise. Nope. I'm trying to remember, was there anything we had to do before we did the Grand Archives? Storyline-wise, I don't think so. I think at this point there is one we can do for the Rosario's Fingers, but it requires us to PvP at least once. So, I think, yeah, this particular part will just be going through the Grand Archives and heading towards the Princes. And hopefully not dying too much. Specifically to this annoying son of a gun. He's definitely getting on my nerves. Oh, it's on behind us. Whoop! Where are you firing those from? I think his next one's up there. So yeah, if you haven't done Grand Archives before, there is that big hat person's going to keep on shooting spells at us until we kill him. And the area is going to be much easier once we do. It's a little sad that we didn't get to go get the other item up there. At least I think there's another one up there. Got those guys there. Beep. So yeah, there are two types of enemies that we're going to see a lot through here. First is these guys, which honestly aren't too hard. They're just a lot like the maidens in the Forsaken Capital, where we killed York. And then there are the Lothric Knights, which there aren't a lot of them, but there are a few spread throughout the map. Detonate Scale. Use more of those. And Solar Crystal Knight. There are probably some hidden areas in this map that I can't remember. Like, I believe there are some illusionary bookcases spread around the place. Hopefully we'll see some notes just scribbled on the floor in areas where they are. Because if not, I'm not going to remember them. Now, I'll tell you what this is later, if you don't already know that is. But we want to deal with a few things around here. Want to deal with this guy first. He's got so much HP compared to the last ones. Next up. There we go. And big hit. Shield bash me? Nope, can't stab me. Big mistake, man. Big mistake. Getting that chunk. I thought there might be a ladder we can kick down there, but apparently not. Is there a thief in this room? No? All good? Crystal Shine. I believe that's just a faith charm that scales with intelligence. Scales fairly well with intelligence, in fact. There's a ladder there that we can kick down, but we can't get to it yet. I don't think that there was an item over here. I was hearing the crystal lizard, but I couldn't see it. Yep. We know where he is, so we don't have to worry about him for the moment. Spoiler alert though, killing him is probably going to get us killed. Because we need to effectively just bypass a lot of enemies, which are thieves, to try and get to him. Now, dunking your head in wax has no ill effects other than making you look stupid for a while. But it does help you with a few other things. Specifically, it makes you immune to the curse on a lot of the books in this area. For example, if we didn't have our head waxed, these would be inflicting curse on us and damage through the entire time. Come on. Ah! It's gonna get away. Ah, we got it, luckily. There's another one behind here. Doesn't seem to notice us yet. Ooh. Small blessings. Up here. There's this guy. Now, the wax head will eventually wear off on its own, but there are areas where we can refresh it as we go through here. That chunk? And yeah, that's a big head up there. Who kills that? Okay. Do so. Now we're just going to kick down this ladder first. And I'd like to get this lizard, but we might not be able to. Okay, cool. We did. Now this area is filled with thieves. Depending on how fast you want to go through here, it can prove difficult to get to Logan without actually dealing with all the thieves. Okay, we managed to bleed him fully in, which will make the next section a little easier. Let's see Piers on that bridge next. Ow. It's rude. So thief up there, but I'm gonna deal with this guy first. Okay, we do actually want to refresh our wax head. It's fallen off. And the way to do that is downstairs, I believe. Let's pull... Yep, right over there. Ow. Actually, no. We'll come back. Logan's a big enough threat that we'll deal with him first. Now, he won't disappear from here until we kill him. Once he's dead, he won't come back. It gives us the last scroll, though. Orbic will be thrilled. This opens a shortcut, I believe. Oh, there was a secret door there, but may have been mistaken. Now, these thieves will try and attack us, but they can't get us while we're animation locked. head has been reset. We can go back and reclaim a lot of the items that we otherwise couldn't. Opening up shortcuts left and right. Okay, we've been and killed those. So we want to deal with the thieves on these stairs now. Of which there are many. Easy enough done. Drop down here, grab the item. Turn that scale. Yeah, a lot of the items at this point are just items to finish your weapons. And it's assumed at this point you most likely have a boss weapon, so you're going to see a lot more scales. In this section at least. I'm just trying to remember, there was an area around here that had a secret door, so to speak. I can't remember its exact location. I think it was up here. Hello, another Titanite scale. How many of those do we actually have at the moment? We have 30. Enough to finish, or at least get one large boss weapon up. Though we need more slabs to finish them up. And it's this. Now, I do apologize if this thing kills me and we reset the entire area, because, it just might. Ow. Its stagger is impressive. Ah! Ah, it hurts. This may be the mini-boss that keeps us here for a little bit. And I actually think it's probably the hardest creature in the archive. You can deal with it, then you can deal with the rest of the location, I believe. Now, we didn't open up the elevator, which was a mistake on my part. We should have done that first. But we have opened up a lot of ladders, so we don't have to go through the entire thing. Build him first. We don't have to put wax on the head at this point. To be perfectly honest, there aren't enough books in the area that would end up cursing us. At least I don't think there are. Ow. No. No. Stop. See, small amount of damage and a little bit of curse, but as long as we don't linger on them, we should be fine. Unlike this guy, which could probably kill us in 2 hits. So let's not get hit if we can avoid it. Okay, good so far. Not sure why the lock-on failed there. Ow. Stagger him. But remember, he can still kill us in 2 hits, so don't get greedy. This main combo seems to be 2, but he can do 4, I think. There we go. And the Outrider Knight set, which, honestly, one of the coolest sets out there. No pun intended. Seriously, no pun intended. That was the wrong one. See? Actually do like a timer set. It's a shame that everyone that put it on turned mad in the end. We could use it, to be perfectly honest. But we're not using a pros set. If we were, we would. Where's the Eastern set again? It's on... There we are. And as for what it was guarding... Soulstream. One of the most broken spells in the game. Costs a lot of FP, has a very high intelligence requirement. I believe it's 50 to cast it. Where are you? Ah, here. 45 to cast it. And it costs 55 to cast, but you can keep on channeling it. So, as long as you have FP to put into it. Does a lot of damage. As in, probably one of the highest DPS spells in the game. But it is useless for PvP and a lot of bosses as well, because you have to stand still while casting it. And it just doesn't work well unless you have someone else to hold the boss's attention while you're doing it. Okay, we can cross over here. Well, what about you? No, there are a lot of ways we can go at the moment. But we want to use this first. This is going to be our main shortcut through this area for a long time. And unfortunately, it looks like it works too fast for us to reset. It's fine. But the elevator should now be able to be cold down to the lower level. You don't want to go there. You want to come down here first. A few ways we can go to get a few bits and pieces, if I recall. Scale. There's another item over there that we can get, but... Hello! Goodbye! Ah, that's why we couldn't use the elevator. I am a little bit of an idiot. We haven't opened up the way. That's fine. We're gonna do that now. I thought it was as simple as actually just activating the elevator. No, we have to actually pull the lever. Through here. We will actually put a wax head on at the moment. Just to go help deal with one of the spellcasters over there. I need to work out how to get down to one of the areas below again. And actually get one of the items. Because I can see it when I'm down there. I'm not sure how to get to it up here. You first. 2 seconds. I don't think these casters drop anything other than their souls. And the wakes you up properly like that, it does make you slow. It fades fairly quickly though. Now, that's the starting area. But I'm fairly sure there was a... I think on a bookshelf we could get down there. Am I just being crazy? Could have sworn I saw one. Am I just going mad? That just drops us down to the bridge. Because I could have sworn that we saw one when we were on that area over there. On some of the bookshelves. But now that I'm looking from on high, it doesn't look like there is an area that we could drop out onto from up here. So even if the... Ah! There we are. That's what I'm after. Okay, how do we get to that? Blah, blah, blah. As you can see it there. That's what I was being crazy about. To get to there, we have to go over those bookshelves. And I believe we have to drop onto that, which we can drop onto from... Oof. Drop onto from where? From that, perhaps? Maybe... Okay. It's a little bit weird, but bear with me. I think I may have worked out how to get there. And since everything in this area is already dead, then it shouldn't be an issue. So we come up here. We drop down onto this one. And then this may get us killed, so I apologize if it does. And we drop down onto this. There we go. Avalon. I believe that's a repeating crossbow. One of the two in the game. Yep. Extremely rare rapid-fire crossbow. Fires 3 sets of bolts by means of an elaborate mechanism and inflict heavy damage by making all 3 shots count. Despite its use as a weapon, this crossbow is also a priceless work of art and bears a resemblance to a musical instrument. I don't think it can be infused. And it has no weapon of its own, because it's essentially meant to be an offhand. It may prove useful for us, though. We need... It costs FP to use? Oh no, that's its actual art. So... that's right, crossbow, the none is its weapon typing. Or the weapon type of its damage, if that makes sense. And it's none because it's crossbow. Okay, has no additional effects. Might be able to infuse it. I'll have to look up into it. It's also remarkably heavy, I think. Where's your weight? Weight 7.5. I think we can potentially equip it with that at affecting our normal... Yeah. Doesn't make us any better or worse at rolling. So, even though we can't use it... our hands are getting a bit... Okay, creepy noise. Our hands are getting a bit cluttered. But it might work as on our primary hand. I don't know. Might use it, might not use it. We're getting our strength up anyway, so... Does it require 16? This one also requires 16, so we're going to get up there eventually. Require 3 more strength and 5 more intelligence. And then we can start putting all our points into dex. So overall, we should be fine. Now, as I was talking and thinking, we were running back towards the elevator. We're going to properly open up the shortcut now. We have 94k souls, but we're probably going to lose them. Because the area that's coming up next is brutal. am not a fan of the gargoyles. I've said it before, I'll say it again. But we have an area coming up that's just full of them. That said, the knight down here might kill us first, so... cross this off our list first. I'd like to push off the edge, but... while you do that, I'm going to do this. I think you can one-shot us now. Or at least two-shot us. Gotta watch out, when he goes into a stance, he can poise through. Yeah, you can't one-shot, but you can two-shot. It could have gone with a lunge there. Watch out for lunge. Yep. There we go. Our stamina actually isn't high enough for us as well. So vigor and endurance are going to have to improve in the future. And we can't jump down there, so it's fine. We have a lot of stats we need to improve. Because we need to get dex up to 50. Intelligence, let's just do a bit of math here. So in order to get intelligence up to 20 we need 5. In order to get strength up to 16 we need 3, so that's 8. We need to get dexterity up to around 50, so that's 28. I'd like to get vigor, endurance, and attunement up to 30 each. So 28 plus essentially 30, so 58 levels. So eventually, it's going to be a build that's around level 130 once it's done. Or I should say, around the level I'd prefer it be. Considering we're not actually at the end game, well, we're close to the end game, but... how to say this? We're very close to the end game, and we're doing fairly well on the amount of deaths, which means we're not farming as much. So we might not end up getting there, but we'll see. The dealer soon might carry us through. We need to go back. We need to wax up our head. If we don't, then that entire area is going to be really annoying for us. Because it's just filled with the curse books. Okay. I believe there was a wax dunking area there, but it's surrounded by enemies, and I believe behind some of the curse books, so it's not ideal. Could be wrong about that. Just going off memory, mind you. Around the corner. And back to where we were. Yeah, we're partially waxed up but not fully. Ow. We got staggered there. Such a nasty location. See what I mean about having to keep our head waxed up? If we hadn't, we wouldn't be able to go back through here. But now, that's done. We won't have to deal with those in the future. In fact, we can just skip them. I think there was another thing there. Fine jump. Fleshbite ring. I think that's defense against bleeding and poison. Let's just double check. We won't need to worry about that wax head at this point, so it's fine. Fleshbite. Ah! Poison, bleed, curse, and frost. So, essentially, it's a lot like the speckled stoneplate, where it just boosts up everything across the board. By about 40. Honestly though, our resistances aren't bad, so I don't see the reason for putting it on at the moment. Just doing a bit of a think. There was an area to drop down on from somewhere around here, if I recall. Below. I think it's here. Yep. And we'll grab whatever this is. That's a chunk. I say earlier that we're not going to do every single item pickup in the game, and yet you see me picking up almost every item in the game. We have missed a few. I've skipped like an area is full of poison or lava. We're not going to go back and get them. We could, as I've already shown, go into lava and get a lot of them, but I don't remember an item in the lava that is worth picking up more than the ones we've already got. Do you remember? I don't know Super Bowl. I'm not sure if I've ever picked that one up. Also, I could have sworn that was a hidden area over here, but I guess not. Oh, don't get hit by this. And down here we go. Now, generally speaking, I recommend running through this area. I don't recommend fighting, because the gargoyles here are stronger than the way are down the capital, and just as annoying. Not only that, but it's not just 1 versus 1 anymore. They usually appear in groups. We will grab this item though, because it's tempting. Now we run away. They will, however, continually follow you, so don't get tempted to stop. Just keep on going. Oh. Just keep on going. Those 2 crystal lizards are not worth it. I just don't think we are. Maybe. Just keep on going. And those shouldn't bother us anymore, I don't think. Yes, I'm being cowardly today. And I don't mind admitting it. Oh, there's a head dunking thing here. I don't think we actually need it. Except for this area down here. You can already see the thieves just waiting to get us. Come on. Down you go. That'd be much more dangerous if they had plunging attack. There's a knight there with a two-handed sword. I'm not sure if he's going to aggro on us or not. Doesn't seem to have. Ah! Where the hell did you go? Did I end up down there somewhere? I have no idea. I actually wasn't expecting it to leap out across over at us, but it seemed to have worked out. We did miss an item down there that's calling to me, but I don't think it's a big one. Just like I don't think that this knight is worth fighting. Come on, we have 1100,000 souls. Or 113,000 souls. Let's not, ruin it by throwing them all away. Now, this area, guarded by 3 humanoid PvP phantoms, I want to say. I should say guards. Grab this. If you want a quick way to deal with them, you ignore them. And just go down this elevator. They'll eventually reset. Eventually. And you'll just be able to come back up the elevator and skip them. That said, I do recommend actually fighting one of them. The one at the very back. The one we've already seen. Crystal Child Criminalhide, I want to say. Criminalhide? Something like that. I believe she drops her staff this time at least. I believe that if you come up from behind, you can actually aggro her alone. Do we have throwing knives? We do. And she should be willing to come in here and attack us. Okay. Which won't aggro her friends. You just keep on spamming that one? Oh no, it will aggro her friends. We die here. I blame all of you. One more. So close. Okay. We're gonna try and do this fight a few times. It's right next to the bonfire and might be entertaining. Might. That's not gonna be easy. It's actually gonna be very hard. Well, nope. And we lost ourselves. 113,000 souls lost just like that. That's the biggest loss of souls we've had this run. That's at least how many levels? 2 levels? No, that would have been at least 4 in the end. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. In the end, Mercurius was not an enemy. It's not a boss. Wasn't even a trap. Our greatest enemy turned out to be an elevator. Well, we have no excuse not to do this now. Come on. Come in here. Oh, we got parried. Like we also get knocked out of it. If these guys had a healer on their team, they'd be much more scary. They do have Estus, so there is that. They also have a fairly powerful support caster. Oh, right, they got us. You gotta remember, one of them actually does have bows. Okay, we're out of Estus. Since they only had 1 each. Oh, this one had more. One down. Ah! That's a combo I wasn't expecting. Oh, barely didn't get us. Did stagger us though. Yeah, there are large weapons that occasionally, even if they don't hit, will do a small shockwave. That guy has one run. Dead. There we go. Yep, Sage's Crystal Staff. One of the best, if not the best, staff for intelligence-based casters. There is some argument about whether it is actually the best, because I believe it also increases the amount of FP used for spells. I believe that's what that one does. Where are we? Yep. It does more damage, but also chugs through your FP like no one's business. I believe people usually use the Court Staff, Sorcerer's Staff instead, because it essentially is still a very powerful casting catalyst, but it doesn't use up as much FP and still has S rank scaling once it gets up there. Oh, this one is just like all in. I have all the FP. I want to be doing as much damage in a single spellcast as possible. I'm going to use this one. Golden Wing Crest Shield. Are you a special one? The shield is exceptional amongst the enchanted blue shields. Not only does it boast a high magic resolution, but also enables its wearer to parry spells. A very nice shield. If we were using shields, we'd probably use that one. Now, we did use up a bunch of Aristus there, but it's okay. We're not actually going to be using too much more of it. Also, try not to miss the staircase. It helps. Right up there is where the boss is. We're going to them shortly. We're just doing one last thing for the top here first. Now, I don't think the boss is going to give us too much trouble, as long as I'm not too crazy with it, because I did used to farm them earlier on. Now, we do actually want to come through here first. There are winged knights behind us that landed just now, but we're not going to worry about them. That's a shot. Is it a forest over there, or an ocean? So it's ocean there. Snow? It's all too murky to really make out. Yeah, I think that's the last Estus shard we can get in this run. The Golden Wing Knights. Golden Chicken Nuggets. Sorry, gonna ignore you. There's a lot of enemies we just ignore at the end because they're more trouble than they're worth. Ones that don't generally give us anything too interesting. Raise the sun. Hunter's Ring. Come down here. You'd think there'd be treasure in there, but no. There is in there though. And we drop in here. And into the birdcage. Blind Pools of Light. What's meant to essentially be the Faith version of Soulstream. Blind Pools of Light. We see the chicken nuggets up above have used it against us in the past, but it's just too random to allow us to actually use it as an offensive spell. Okay. Come over here. There's a gem. Ah, that's you. I'm actually surprised that there's a worm down here. I think this guy essentially just exists to tell us that that is where we need to drop down to next. How'd you even get here? Okay, there are other areas we can drop down to from here. There's actually several of them. But I believe we need to drop down on this side to actually get an item. Now, neither of these are mimics, I don't think. No, we're good. A Divine Blessing. Generally, probably not going to use it. And Twinkling Titanite. Divine Blessings are nice, don't get me wrong. But they're too random in that we barely... Sorry, words. Organizing thoughts. They're too random in that we don't get them periodically. We don't have a good source for them to be using them regularly. Oh! All that. Now, just thinking, since we're here already and have practically no souls compared to what we lost, let's just go and get the other item that we lost at the bonfire. It'll be the quickest way to get down there as well. We could deal with those, but I think they just only guarding another gem. I could be wrong about that, mind you. But overall, unimportant. I think this is where we had to go for it. No. No, we fucked it up. Yeah, we fucked it up. Excuse me, coming through. Just ignore me. Yep, just a holy gem. Don't mind me. Excuse me. Just passing through. It's still following us. I don't think they're going to stop. Which means we're going to have to deal with them for a while. Scusi? Okay. We should be somewhat safe from them now. Hopefully we don't mess up where we're meant to jump off again. Ah! Okay, I believe it's here. And then, will we survive? No. Got close. Yeah, it's fine. At this point, it's like 30,000 souls. Yeah. It's a level up. Is it worth getting? Probably not. We've got what we needed. I am just so done with the archives at this point. We don't need your stinking item. Now there is actually an item that we do need to drop down the elevator for. But it's up ahead, so we're not going to worry about it at the moment. Now there are two ways to do this bridge. One is the honourable way, where you fight your way through everything. We're not going to be honourable. We've already said heck to our souls. So we honestly don't have to worry about any of these. We can effectively just ignore them. Ignore these guys. And take a left. I should say it's the right. And run down. And I don't think they're going to jump down. Even if they do, they'll die. Now, does this look familiar? It should. Now, when I said that there's a elevator we have to drop down, I believe it was this one. Because I think, if memory serves, yeah, there's a secondary elevator. It's a lot like the tower just before the path of sacrifice. Look inside. Here we are. That night side. That will allow us to finish a weapon later on. Or a pyromancy item. We'll see. Now, is there a lever here for us to pull? Reset this thing. If not, yeah, we're good. This one, unlike the elevator one, has a slight delay on it. We won't ember up here because we do get invaded here. I mean, I'll just, how to say this words. I would have loved to have been entertaining and climb all the way up the bridge and all that, but I'm just so very done. You're just gonna keep on standing there? Okay. You're not gonna be mean. Go away. In ways like that, you can actually poise through. Oh, he's actually faster than us in the thrust. It was a lightning gem, so that's a small bonus. I'll take it. Now, this is generally a boss that has a lot of summon signs near it, or at least in the past. So if you're having trouble, generally speaking, you can usually find someone to help you eventually. We, on the other hand, will just be using Cyrus. Also, I do apologize if you're hearing a dog barking. That's just my papa welcoming the father home. Okay, Cyrus. Let's try and do this without, dying. It has been a while since I've done this fight. It's actually one of my favorite in the game, though.
Dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
So, at one point, these two princes went to fire. I just like his teleporting mechanic. I'm not a big fan of this attack, though. Oh. His health in this first phase isn't that large. He does hit like a truck though, so be careful. Also fairly fast with teleport location. And the music is just great. Hopefully you can hear some of it at least. Wait until he brings his sword down before you dodge that one. If you don't, you can actually end up caught by it. That thrust is one of his more dangerous ones. You also want to make sure you have enough space between yourself and him. Phase 2. Now, the music in this fight does kick up when phase 2 happens, which, well, back when I posted this fight, and for years, has always been perfect.
I'm on my way.
As for the phase 2, if you're having trouble with them, attack. Try to at least attack his brother on his back rather than him. You're not going to do a lot of damage to him when he's not knocked down, but you are going to do a little bit, and that's going to help.
Prince. Rise if you would. For that is our curse.
Curse to always rise. I do like their lore. Essentially, the older brother was athletic, good at everything, able to meet everything, all the expectations that were thrown on him. But then his little brother was born and noticed that he was malformed and misshapen and not able to. So he actually sacrificed his own potential, part of his own soul, and gave it to his brother. Therefore, you can see they're not really at their maximum potential if they're not together. As for the brothers' spells, they usually aren't a big issue. That's Cyrus spawn. But they can catch you out. Yeah. Really? Yeah. We're not being offensive enough. That was too offensive. We didn't... Yeah. We're out of Estus and we're being a bit too slow. I was expecting him to teleport.
But you may rest here too, if you like.
It's alright. We got to the end phase of the second phase, so it's fine. What we will do, however, is teleport. Back to the Dragon Slayer armor bonfire. It's not so... I know it's only a few feet away, but it's going to get us back faster if we end up dying again. Did we pick up his set? The Skirt of Prayer? It was in a chest before we entered this area, so we should have. Wrong way. This way. Now you got me curious. Did we? Yep, we did. Now, I do apologize if I'm just talking a lot of shit as I'm fighting a boss. I just tend to ramble on when I'm concentrating on something else. So we go down. What we need to do is reset the elevator every time we go up. At least try to. There we go. Now, if things are reset back to normal, we shouldn't have to fight any knights between us and the boss. Hopefully. Yeah, we just let that one walk through and we should be fine. What we will do is just put embers onto that so we don't have to go into the menu every time. Cool, that works. Summon Cyrus. I'm actually surprised we're not seeing any other summon signs here. I'm not sure if it's because we got here too early in our levels or too late. Or it just could be that PvP or PvE helpers aren't active in this area. Of course we get hit immediately. Kind of summon him. What we want to do is do our best to keep him off Cyrus if we can. Because as you can see, Cyrus, well nice, is getting a little bit wrecked. Nearly through phase 1 already. Okay, that's phase 1. Now if we can keep this up through phase 2, we'll be lucky. Whoop! We're hit by too many spells there. Cyrus, thank you. Drink twice. There you go. You just backed away. Does it occasionally if you start hammering into them. But yeah, roll away, roll away. There we go. You don't want to be near him, otherwise you can just end up dead. Cyrus nearly bit it there, for example. Oh. Cyrus. Every time you do knock him down, I think he comes back with slightly less health. Okay, back away. Heal up. Cyrus is now dead, so we have to solid the rest of this. There we go. Solve the twin princes. They're not really twins though, because I believe one is because they're older, so and much more well developed. So I suppose twins, in a way that they share souls, does apply here in this case. It's weird. Either way, we got the boss. We're the best around. Ah, dear oh dear. We lost so many souls. So many levels up. Okay, you're no longer facing weirdly, so that's okay. We put these ones on the top throne here. We put these ones on the top throne here. No? We have to do it from down here? Yep. And that should be all the souls on the thrones, I believe. Yep, she moves forward. Before we talk to them and activate that, I do want to just talk to Lilith again.
Ah, well, 5 lords for 5 thrones. To think others might ne'er be raised. And I, of the last lords, a rather little lord, most undeserving of the honor. Speak with the Firekeeper. The eyes show a place. So what if...
Okay. Now normally I would use the soul just for souls, but there is an item in the game I haven't got myself yet that requires you to have both of these swords, the Lauren's Greatsword and Lothric's Holy Sword. It's essentially just a fusion of both of them. And if you have them, you can get it. Can't remember from what, but it's an item that you can only get New Game Plus. So I do want to get at least one of these, so we'll get that cheaper one.
I took the Manchus... Oh.
Do we have to...
The 5 law thank Ashen One, and let the law a true...
Okay.
Ashen One, kill me. I will revisit as a... Farewell mayst thou.
If we teleport out of here again, it will activate the thing. So we can actually use up a few of our souls to upgrade ourselves at the moment. It's going to be a grand old double up, but it's fine. Just use these big ones, and then we'll use the smaller ones to top off if we need to. And that should be at least a few levels.
A true... Very well then taken.
I wanted that much strength. And we want to put a few more points of intelligence.
Farewell, Ashen One, mayst...
We require at least 13, I think. Oh, 10. That's more than 10. That'll do it.
A true... Very well then taken.
Wish the souls told you how many they're worth before you use them.
Farewell, Ashen One, mayst...
Yes, that's that. We'll just get our last Estus flask over here.
Ah, just wasn't he? Pretty, I don't know.
Now, talk to him.
Back again. This is a crystal source. I am afraid this is a debt I will be sure. Again, let us begin with the base.
Okay, let's use some of our souls to just buy as many of these as we can, because his storyline progresses after you get everything, I think. If memory serves. Can't get everything in this round, but at least we'll have them.
Come again. Oh. Oh, you're a fine... You should have one. Again, let us...
Okay, we go.
Come again.
Nothing with this girl over here, is there? No. We didn't progress her storyline at all, so it's fine. We're not doing a full, complete run, we're just doing a potential run.
Ah. Ashen Wandering Wizard.
We might be able to get Cyrus's items now.
Ashen.
I'm not sure if she's spawned hollow in the pit and we have to kill her first there, or if they'll just be out here next to her grandfather's grave. We'll see. If they're out here already, then that means her questline's done. Sunless Talisman. I want her armor though. Can we get those at the merchant? If so, we might have something more to spend souls on.
Ah. Ashen Wandering.
No, we don't want to talk, we want to buy. We didn't find Grey Rat's ashes. That's annoying. I can't remember where they are actually in Lothric Keep. I don't think I've ever found them. I thought we would see them going through, but we obviously didn't. But yes, we can buy this on the set. So that's a total of 23,000.
Ashen Wandering.
Do we have enough souls on us to get to that much? I'm gonna say no. And go red start. So I know I said no wiki, but I'm going to do a very quick search to see if I can figure out where Grey Rat's ashes usually are. Because we've gone through and I've missed them, obviously. Grey Rat ashes. Obtained following Grey Rat either from the Blade's Hand or result of his questline. If set up for a third time, ashes can be found in the Grey Grand Archives rooftop between the first and second gargoyle encounters. Look down for a rooftop with a group of Copian worshippers, we saw those. Drop down, and from there in one direction is a hollow gem, we got that, and Titanite chunk. While on the other is a short jump to Grey Rat's corpse and a treasure of 3 Titanite scales. Okay, that's why we didn't see it. It was because it's on the opposite side. We've been going for just over an hour. So we can't get it at the moment. I don't think, at least. This moment when we do this, cutscene will start, and it's going to send us off to the last DLC. Not the last DLC, the last area before the DLC.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir.
Ashes from the fire fall on us. And we
Let her grant death
more.
to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
Now we're in the kiln. Essentially, broken piling shrine. I believe we can both light this and travel from it. So we're not stuck here if we need to be. We can just teleport around. Back to Famous Shrine and also back to Firelink Shrine. So what I am going to do is even though I'm going to regret this, I'm going to go back and get Greyrat's ashes, or at least try to. And then we're going to try to get this once. And then I think we're actually going to go kill the Soul Cinder, because I think that'll be a good ending to this particular part before, and then we're going to go get into the DLC proper. Because it's not going to go kill the boss, then immediately... we actually kill the boss, get an ending, I believe, and it doesn't immediately go into New Game Plus, anymore at least. So we should be fine. If we're not fine, I apologize. We'll do a second DLC run in New Game Plus by, you know, just, I'll skip through most of the game, just get quicker yet to it, and then start there. But I don't think it's going to be an issue for this one. So we need to get up to the gargoyle area. Fastest way to get there will be through the elevator, I think. And we don't need to worry about you. Pull this. And go up. I do apologize if I flub words so much. Some days I'm good with it, some days I'm not. This seems like a not so good day. Too many thoughts trying to balance themselves out at once. Essentially, I'm just trying to figure out, have I forgotten anything? Is there anything I have to do before I kill the Soul Cinder? A small part of my brain is also like, hey, you lost 113,000 souls. And, you know, so on and so forth. Also trying to work out the best way to do this. So that we don't... I'm going to go down here and come along this side. Yeah. What's that? So, tried going through there last time. It's not going to do it that way, so we're going to have to jump there. Okay. And this is Barrow's body. Yep, got his ashes. And got Thunder Scales. And we're good. At this point, we can just use this. And go back to the Shrine Bonfire.
Ah, how gracious and awfully warm at that. Almost as if it had lived mere moments ago.
She says that a lot.
Oh,
If you give
I'm
her...
sure an ashen...
That's what she says if you kill the people here and then give their ashes to her. But yeah, Greyrat is... his inventory is now fully in hers. A lot of embers, as you can see. Very expensive, though. Nothing too impressive, though, from that last run, I don't think. Broken Helm, Fair Armor. Eastern Set, Morn's Armor. Dancer's Crown. Small Helm. I can't remember what Morn's questline was, other than just keeping the guild safe. I'm fairly sure he's passed away somewhere, I just can't remember where. There's more to his questline, but I can't remember it. Small's Armor. Lorraine's Helm, we unlocked that by killing the boss. Another favourite set of mine, but also very expensive. Executioner's Helm, Exile's Mask. Gundar's Helm, I believe we unlocked that by killing him as well. Assassin, Black Hood, Thief, Kalia. Kalia set just gets unlocked automatically. Xanthus is set, we got that through Ashes. And yeah, nothing else of particular interest. Splintering Bolt, I believe that's applied Bleed.
Ashen 1.
And we won't be using this one, so let's turn that off. Kalia's here, she's fine.
Ah, yes. Oh, no matter. It only demonstrates, and besides, it will not change. Do stay.
Okay, let's go kill a Soul Cinder. We should be able to do it without too much trouble. It's one of my more favourite fights in the game. And last Undead Bone Shard. Now that is a fully upgraded bonfire. Okay. I don't believe there's any bosses between us and or any enemies between us and the last boss that I can recall. I think it's just a straight run up there. You can get invaded here, so be careful about that. And this is how you start the other DLC. I also just like how this area is presented. Like everything is just meeting or being dragged to this point. I'm not sure if this is the true world or some other world, some other place, some other thing. But it's just like everything is just rolling towards this one area. It's neat. Yes, we do want to summon the Pale Shade this time. And we also want to summon Uria. I believe she should have a summon sign close to the top here. Right here. This is what remains of the Great Kiln. We have those two, they'll wait there as we start the fight. Here they come. I do think this was the perfect boss to end the Dark Souls game, and even the franchise with. Still the amalgam of everything a player is through all the other games. Pulse Rush. Oh, got staggered. Ah, the range is quite large. Full stream, but it's not aimed at us, so it's perfect. Seems to have, I want to say 30,000 health? No, 40,000. Actually, no, I might have much less than that. So I'm going to say 20,000 again. Back in the scimitar form, so I have to be careful. I believe scimitar is when A has backflips and B is when it uses pyromancies. It doesn't seem to be wanting to use any at the moment. longsword form. Okay. Now moving into phase 2. Wind makes a return at this point. Combo. Yuria maybe just be dead. Nope, she's just hurt, which is good. This is really... They shot it out of the park when they made this boss. Don't get grabbed. It's like the first phase is us. Our story through Dark Souls. And second phase is Wynn's story. How we are here to end it. Okay, we've lost the Londor Palshade. Yuria is slightly more tanky. Take. Just gonna throw that in the sky. Yep. Lightning's gonna come to us. One of the easier skills is to block. Oh. Don't get grabbed by that at all costs. Yuria should be fine. Don't die you yet. Okay. I want you as a distraction for a little longer. So close. Ah, he grabbed them. There we go. Now we have ending time. Now, I'm not sure if we activate any of the endings, we end the game. I'm also fairly sure if we walk away from the bonfire, that's also an ending. So if we activate that, that links the first flame. How do we do the Londor ending? So if we summon the Firekeeper, she'll take the fire. Betraying her as she does take the fire is an ending, but I don't think it gives an achievement. So, how to say this? Which one? Which one do we do? Summon this one because I don't think I've done it. Where I know I've done the actual Londor ending before.
first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle.
We can't move.
But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's Pass.
Betrayal. The flame is ours, for we are ash.
Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Dark Souls 3. Still have 2 DLCs to go through. Should still be able to. Now watch me be a little bit disrespectful and skip them. Begin Journey 2 in current state. Journey 2 can be initiated from the Shrine Bonfire if you do not wish to begin now. No. And if you rest the journey of the bonfire, it'll say begin Journey 2.
Ashen One, if when thou peerest thou wishest yet for a world without fire, then call upon. I am a fire keep. Thou hast given me up. Very well, then taken.
Yeah, that's the primary ending of the game done.
Mayst thou thy peace.
Now we just have to go through the 2 DLCs, which are going to be painful. He left us an item. Spell ring. I don't remember what that does. Easier to be detected by enemies. Monocle learns transposed wonders derived from the soul of a soul feeder. Easier to be detected by enemies. The soul feeder was a beast that insatiably absorbed souls to feed its own power. Even after its accursed corpse was burned, it is said that the pungent sense of souls left the air permanently stained. Says a lot about him that he drops that ring when he's dead. Because there is a bit of a theory. I believe Holland is the soul feeder, because he's constantly gnawing on our souls as he transposes. So if he became a beast and then was burned, yeah, he could have been. That could have been how he became Soul of Cinder, or rather, a Lord of Cinder. It's so much of this lore is up to interpretation. Honestly, I just don't want to trust them. Sunlight Spear. If we're going full faith, that'd be a great weapon to have. And Firelink Greatsword. Another good weapon. But we're not going to use either of them. Ah, I can itch my nose. Instead, we're just going to use the soul. Not worth it. 20,000 souls for that.
I am of thous. Very well, then taken.
Is that enough for a level up? It should be, yep. We're nearly there. Nearly.
Mayst thou thy peace.
Let's attune it. Even though we can't use it, we can attune it early. As for the other one, we will make that We can't use Great Heal. So we're just going to have Medium Heal. Because all the other ones require 25 Faith. Could get up to 25 Faith pretty easily. But we don't need it at the moment, so we're just going to keep Medium Heal in there. And rather than have the Pyromancy Flame at +6, we'll use the White-Haired Talisman. Because we can now. We'll use the last of our souls to upgrade it. Can we actually infuse the crossbow? No. Ranged weapons can't be. But we can reinforce it. So, Catalyst. And it uses Twinkling Titanite Balls. +4, Titanite Slab, so we can bring it up to +5. Is it worth it though? There aren't a lot of Titanite Slabs left in the game. I think I can probably find 1 or 2 more. But if we're going to use it, then sure. It's now at max level. Now before we continue, I do want to change armor. Because we're starting into the DLC, so I want to have a new set. But we don't have enough souls for it, which is a problem. So what are we going to do about that? Need roughly 30,000, so we might just, hate saying it, but go back to the Grand Archives and farm up a little bit there as we consider things. Actually, should we? Yeah. We want to go into the DLC with the actual full set. And once we do this last setup, then we'll actually begin it in the next part. I apologize, the next few bits will be probably boring, so if you want to drop out now and wait for the next part, by all means go for it. Because, actually, rather than go through the Grand Archives farming, there might be a better way. Because there is one boss, one area that we haven't done yet that we probably should. And one that I've been dreading. Because I have yet to beat its last boss. I've never actually succeeded. I have, with help, managed to get to the second phase, but that's as far as I've got. So we will start heading to Dragon Temple. Okay. The fact that it still takes us 3 hits to kill these things does tell me that we need more dexterity. That our levels are a little bit low. Let's kill this. We're after souls after all. I'm not entirely sure what the smoke here does. Okay. I believe there is here. It's 250 each. So not a small amount. It's got us part way there. And we roll down here to go to the elevator. Make sure the elevator is up here before we drop down. It is. We don't want to die to it again. Now there is the Drakeblood set coming up that is quite tempting as well. We'll decide in the end whether we want to use that one or this Unlit set, but... Okay. To go there we need to do an emote. Question is, how will I do it? Okay, here we are. Switch this one over for it. We want the dragon... Path of Dragon. There we go. And we just wait here for a little bit. There we go. Actually forgot to check whether Yuria has aggroed on us, because we didn't do her ending. We should go check her stuff. But we'll wait for us to teleport over first. Is there a bonfire where we start? There isn't, so I'll have to fight our way to one. I believe there is something that comes down and tries to start killing us here, but we'll grab this first. Follow the wary one door. If I recall, this is actually a fairly good area for farming souls. These enemies aren't too bad. Wait, I said they're not too bad and they're sucking my butt. Yeah, and they get 1,500 souls each. Now, there should be bonfire somewhere near here. I just need to remember where. Lightning gem. Okay, I think I remember. It's up around the corner past a bunch of enemies. This is a shortcut elevator, though I've yet to ever use it as a shortcut. Now, the official way to deal with this area is to kill all these and then get the bonfire. I respect his daggers, and I'm just not doing that at the moment. One down, two down. Now for you. Oh, there's another one. I would roll through that one. Okay, there we go. Should be all the ones down here at least dead. And I think we now do in fact have enough souls to go get the sunlit set. So we're gonna go do that first. And allow us to go check out Yuria as well, whether she's still there active or if she's bounced since we betrayed her. There's his corpse.
Thine heart, but brave usurper, so that we.
I think we can actually still. I think we can actually go and get her ending as well. Which is why she's still here. Which we may go do now. Just very quickly go to the shrine, activate her ending, get the Walls of Apollo's ending, and do that. Because I think they changed it so you can get more than one ending per run. Could be wrong about that, mind you. But we'll see. This will actually be a good example for the rest of you if you want to get more ending. I want to see if you can get more endings per run. Oh, it's so scattered at the moment. Because if you can, this will save you a bit of time for your achievements, if you care about that sort of thing. Nope. We're locked up. means there's really only one thing to do with Uriel at this point, and that is murder the heck out of her. Do we have a poaching stone? We do.
Ah, how may I?
Good, because that's going to become important in a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the entire set.
Ashen one.
Who's going to react in disgust? Okay, I don't think that removed our stats. No, we get to keep them. Cool. If we remove our helmet, we are our normal, beautiful self. Which means we can put on the Sunless set. Now, it is lighter, I think, than other sets that we've been using, which means we won't have as much protection. And the Eastern set, say what you will about its weight and its other defenses, but it does actually have pretty decent protection overall. But we're not giving up too much. So we're not going from like full defense to naked. We still have enough. But we are definitely less than we were a moment ago.
I'll die now, but so that we... Oh Lord, I prithee, when the aid of the god are honourable you, so that we hollow...
It's definitely a bit bugged at the moment, but...
My lordship, what is the matter? Please, stop. Brave usurper, I beseech thee, claim the fire.
There is Ashes and Darkdrift. Darkdrift is the weapon I was carrying about more than the Ashes. I'm not going to get her set. It's a very cool set, mind you, but it's not for this run. If I was doing a dark run, full Lord Apollos, yes.
Well, it's as if that take no note of. As by now, though, there is little I love more.
And that would, I believe, give her inventory over. And also, it should also give her a armor set. I think. Maybe that was what you get from finishing the Hollow ending. Nope, there it is. 3 mentors of the Sable Church of Londor. This belonged to Uriel, the second eldest. We find another one of the mentors in one of the DLCs. It's actually one of the people we end up fighting. I don't think we ever see the third one. I could be wrong about that, but you know.
Ashen one.
Now, is there anything else I had to do before we start the DLC?
Back again. Perfect.
You will stick around until we buy all your stuff. So, buy a bit more.
Come again.
No, story-wise, I think we're done before the DLC. Got nothing we need to upgrade from you
Ah, just wasn't he?
anymore. I guess the shards. Bonfires at max strength. So yeah, I think we're ready to go. Travel. Blackfield. So next part, we are going to start on DLC 1 of Dark Souls 3. We've finished the main game of Dark Souls 3, done the full playthrough-ish. Ah. That's how scatterbrained I am at the moment. That's how scatterbrained I am. Forgot that we were doing Archdragon Peak. It's like, we've 100% of the other parts, yes? Yes? We don't have to go back and do Archdragon Peak, correct? No, we have to do this as well. So, rather than ending the part here, I think I am going to do the very first part of that Dragon Peak. Which is essentially just a boss here. It's not much. Grab a few items here. Avoid the enemies. Where's the thing that I need to go up to top of you? This side. If you don't have enough chunks to make your weapon, this is actually a fairly good zone to do that. Just know that some of the enemies here are more trouble than they're worth. Is something down here? I don't recall there being something in this area. Wait, I need you to stop. Come on. I hate the daggers. Another version I can 100% deal with. Daggers are very fast. There we go. Yep, lightning clutching. Important for lightning builds, though lightning builds in Dark Souls are very rare. Ow. Pull this. Heal up. Heal up. And begin the boss. Can you not? Okay. Boss is officially beginning right now. Now, if you haven't fought this boss before, don't write it down yet. You can't. It has massive physical resistances, and it's not designed to be. Rather, you're meant to, if you're doing this properly and honorably, fight your way through all this area, avoiding its breath as you go, and all the little elements. Fight your way up here. It's almost like the Big Hat Logan fight that we had in the archive, where we just had to destroy the boss. Wait, no. Stop that. Wait. No. Up, 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 up. And we're dead. Yeah, the goal of the fight is essentially to climb up that ladder, go across, and then jump down on the dragon. If you do that, it kills it instantly. I don't think we had enough souls there to worry about, so we're just going to run through again. There is a thing we can pick up there. Now you're tempting me again. Ancient Dragon Shield. And yeah, no need to ember up for this one. It's, hopefully, if you do this right, which I generally don't do, you should be able to run through this without getting hit. Get some stamina back. Ancient Wyvern. I hate those guys. I love the setup for this dragon boss. Because A, it incentivizes just running through, and you know, that's generally never a good design for a boss fight. Wait, stop that. My nose is itchy. Avoid that one. Avoid this one. Up. Climb, climb, climb. Don't get hit, please. Okay, we're fine. I believe we're meant to jump down here. Jump down here. And then plunge attack onto its head. And it's just that easy. Let's just ignore the part where I died first. And once you do it, you'll teleport to the second part of this area. Now hopefully they'll drop me next to a bonfire. Yep, they do. Good old 70 souls. 70,000 souls. What we're gonna do is just go spend those and end the part. Not a lot of souls, I know. It's enough to get, I think, 1 level. But it's better than nothing. Don't have anything else that can help us out getting another one.
Ashen thou, then call. I am a thousand. Very well, then take.
And we finally have 20 intelligence. If we're going for a dark build, this would be the build we'd want to get. But it's fine.
Mayst thou thy.
What? How much do we need for another level? Basically 24,000. So we'll just teleport back. Get us ready for the next part, at least. Okay. If you've been watching this long, and you've been putting up with my shenanigans, and the scatterbrainness of this last part, with me teleporting back and forth, thank you. And we'll see you on the next part, hopefully. But for now, enjoy your day, and have fun.